What's going on, everybody? Thank you for stopping through. Appreciate you guys coming in. Got a good topic we're going to cover tonight. So, are you guys ready? Let's get it. Well, if it's going to be, it's up to me to fulfill my dreams and possibilities with dedication and motivation to inspire thousands from all nations. When times are tough and breaks you down, just smile with toughness and rebuild from the ground. During tough times, adversity is a lot. Just remember, time flies, but you are the pilot. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for stopping through. This is our Monday Motivational Power Talk. Finally back on track for this week. Hopefully we'll be able to be doing this again next Monday night. I got a lot going on business wise. School is coming up for me, so I'm happy to be back on track this tonight. Hopefully we'll be able to do this again next Monday. I'm shooting for that. But let me give you guys a little bit of an announcement and heads up for those of you who may not know this. I am going back to finish my education in cybersecurity on the 26th of this month. So that class is one of those nights that I'll be in class, happens to be on Monday nights. So I'll be working towards moving our Monday Motivational Power Talk still on Monday, but moving it back a few hours to 6 o'clock, starting on the 26th. So hopefully that's going to be a great time for us. Normally, I'll be taking my little power nap during the day around that time, but I might have to just make some adjustments. Of course, change is always good. Like one of my influencers, Dr. Willie Jolly, says, change is good when your attitude is great. So I'm very excited for that change. Very excited for the opportunity to finish my education, cybersecurity. I will be starting my own cybersecurity hacking firm in the future. After I'm done with class, I'll be done with class in about 6 months. So December, last of December, mid-January, I will be completing my education there. Just finishing what I started, folks, back from 2006, when I went to school for this stuff. So I didn't have the opportunity to finish it. Life got in the way, had some ups and downs, business stuff took place, seminars, all that kind of stuff. So now during this pandemic situation, it gives me an opportunity to finish up my education so that once we are totally clear of this pandemic, guess what, folks? I will be back in full stride and then some. I've been added at least a minimum of another $250,000 to my income. That's minimum. That's if I decide to just take a job for about 5 to 6 months. But I'm doing it as an entrepreneurial reasons. As you guys know, I've always been entrepreneurial, but I'm very excited about it though. So thank you guys for stopping through. But again, starting on the 26th, we're going to work to move our Monday Motivational Power Talk to 6 o'clock as opposed to doing it at 9 p.m. And that will be Eastern Standard Time due to the fact that I will be back in school. So guys, last night I did a talk live on last night. If you guys missed it, if you're watching on Twitch right now, like this individual is doing, I thank you very much for stopping through. I thank you for the fire. I'm excited. I want to do this. Last night I did a talk. It was titled, "Where will you be in 5 years doing what you're doing today?" And I covered a little bit of what I'm going to be talking to you guys tonight, but I want to go a little bit more in depth in it tonight. So it's kind of like a continuance from what I shared with you guys last night. Normally, I don't even go live on Sunday night, but I just felt it in me to do it, and I did that. So you can look at that video from last night if you want, whether if you're on Facebook right now, YouTube, Twitch. And this will be uploaded on Rumble later on tonight or tomorrow as well, this particular video. So I want to thank you guys for coming out. But what I want to talk about tonight is the universe is one big algorithm. The universe is one big algorithm. Now, I've had some people ask me, what is an algorithm? Well, I can't give you the Webster's definition because I didn't set my screens up here to show you the definition in Webster, but you can look it up on a dictionary online or whatever. But let me give you an example of what algorithms are. If you are familiar with YouTube, Facebook, what have you, let's use YouTube as an example. You see a particular video in YouTube, right? Whether you like the video or not, if you watch the whole video, that video, the maker of that video will continue to come up in your timeline on your news feed in YouTube. You haven't even subscribed to this individual. Whether you haven't even subscribed to them, they will continue to show up in your news feed. You be like, why this person keeps showing up? It's because you probably watch one or maybe two of their videos. So they're going to keep showing up in your news feed. That is an algorithm. Another example is, if you're on Facebook, or let's just say you go to Amazon, you look at a particular item, you look at a pair of shoes on Amazon that you like. You look at through the multiple pictures of the shoes and everything like that, but you don't buy the shoes. Whether you buy the shoes or you don't buy the shoes, but let's just say you don't buy the shoes. You get out of Amazon, you get back on Facebook, and then those same shoes shows up in like a little mini ad in your Facebook, on the side of your Facebook. Or if you're doing your timeline, you see them shoes pop up as an ad or a sponsor or ad or something in your newsfeed. You be like, I was just over on Amazon looking at this. That's an algorithm. So an algorithm pretty much records your digital footstep. It pretty much records your digital footprint. I'm sorry, not footstep, but footprint. Your digital footprint is being recorded. Okay. The same thing happens in corporate America. Whatever you do online, or if you at your corporate job, whatever you do on your computer, emails, all of that sets up is recorded. Is sets up into an algorithm. The FBI uses algorithms, the method of algorithms a lot. The concept of it. You know, the FBI, unlike the local law enforcement, the FBI, when they arrest somebody, they're not arresting you for one crime. They are arresting you for a whole slur of crimes. So what they do, they set up algorithms, or sometimes they call it a sting operation, where they already know that you're going to commit the crime. They just want to set it up so that you can commit it, so they'll have the evidence needed to charge you and convict you for it. So the FBI uses the same model. It's an algorithm. Let's see. Let me share another example. Now this example is a good example, because I'm going to show you the example I'm going to give you now is not a digital footprint, but a spiritual footprint. But check this out. Have you ever had a goal to do something? Let's just say you have a goal to becoming a good actor or actress, right? How you doing, brother Mo Gentry? Thank you for stopping through. Also, Dolavera Durilis is also on. Thank you for stopping through, Dolavera. Here's another example of an algorithm. This is a spiritual algorithm, because you're going to leave a spiritual footprint. And remember this, folks. You know, if you guys have seen this movie called The Secret talks about the law of attraction. So this is basically covering the law of attraction, but I'm going to share with you why the universe is a big algorithm. You think of a goal. You want to be a good actor. You want to be an actor or an actress. Okay. But you have to put this into practice. Remember, whatever you think, you must follow with action. There's two parts of the brain that supports that function. The first part is the frontal lobes. What is the frontal lobe? The frontal lobe deals with thinking and planning. The second part of the brain is called motor cortex. That deals with movement and action. So what we think about, you have to bring about. You have to create the physical movement, so that you can bring that reality from the spiritual realm into the physical realm. Okay, so I just wanted to share that real quick. But you want to be an actor or an actress, and you have to. And once you have that thought, that dream, you start doing some things that's gonna take you to that goal of being an actor or an actress. So you start doing some research. You start walking around, talking to different people about it, right? Anything that you're doing that's going to help you get to that goal. This is what the universe is going to do. The universe is recording your spiritual footprint. It's an algorithm. It's setting up an entire algorithm for what you're doing, for what you don't want to do. And what the universe is going to do, folks, is going to start putting things in your path to help you walk towards that goal. Okay, of being that actor or an actress. But there are things that need to happen along the way. But of course, the universe is going to aid you 100% of the time. Okay, now that we got that part out the way, I hope you guys understand what I just shared there, and giving you an idea of what an algorithm is. Now, talking about that, let me revert back one step, and I want to start with something called, what did you learn in math when you in college and you started algebra, your first algebra in college or high school? What is the first thing they taught you before they start showing you problems and all this other stuff? the first thing they teach you in math in school is the number line. The zero brings the balance. On my left, I don't know if my left is going to your right or not, but my left or your left represents all negative numbers from -1 all the way to infinity. On the right hand side of this number line, or your right hand side of this number line, all positive numbers from 1 to infinity. So there's -1 to negative infinity to +1 to positive infinity. In the middle, there's 0. That's your starting point. Now, here's what we have to understand, folks. The day we were born, we all start at 0. We start at that 0. That's our starting point at birth. Okay? Now, whether we go into the positive side of the number line or the negative side of the number line is totally up to two things, folks: our thoughts and our actions. A gentleman one of the gentlemen named James Arthur Ray from the movie The Secret, he said your thoughts, feelings, and actions, because it's a vibration, it's energy. And every vibration by law attracts like energy. Okay? So I want you to, as I talk to you about this, folks, I want you to keep this number line in mind. I'm going to keep this number line in mind because I'm going to make sense about a lot of things that's probably going on in your life, went on in your life, and is about to go on in your life. Okay. Now, this number line represents positive, negative, and the middle is 0. That's your balance. That presents the balance. Let's just say you have a goal, and that goal is designed for you to move further and further down the positive side of that number line. Okay? And we're still on the universe being a big algorithm, because I'm going to explain this in this number line. Every step that you take represents moving further and further down the positive side of that number line to reach your goal. Every step. So you're doing things, you're reading books, you're reading how to become an actor or an actress, like what I had to do, to become a motivational speaker. I had to read books. I had to listen to other motivational speakers who were way far more advanced than I am, and learn from these people. All of these things, comes with moving down the positive side of that number line. Watching film, watching your best, the people who inspire you the most is an actor or an actress. That's positive, take you further down the positive side of the number line. But here's the trick, folks. Here's the trick bag. You, along the way, you get distracted. And remember, I'm talking about algorithms here. You get distracted. And when you get distracted, you're no longer moving down the positive side of that number line. You start to make a reverse, and you start to head back towards 0. Okay? Listen to me, folks. Then somebody say, if I get distracted, why am I heading back? Because I'm going to have some hurdles along the way, right? Yeah, you're going to have hurdles along the way. You have to keep getting over those hurdles. You have to keep going in that direction. You have to stay focused on your goals, dreams, and your aspirations. But when you don't do that, or if you don't do that, those distractions is going to make you do a 360. And you by law, these are universal laws, you have to start going back the other direction. Why is that, Jay? Because, put this in your notes, when you allow things to distract you, by law, the universe will keep giving you more distractions. By law. I didn't make this up. This is law. So you start to get distraction after distraction. How many of you have seen people say that they started something? Oh, I'm doing this. I got this multi-level marketing business I'm doing. This is the one. Times later, you don't hear them talk about it no more. Or times later, you might ask them, hey, whatever happened to that deal you're doing, that project you're working on? And they don't have nothing to tell you about it. You know why? Because they allowed themselves to get distracted. And sometimes it can be internal distractions. You can start thinking about other things that's taking you away from your goals, dreams, and your aspirations as well. It's this distraction. It doesn't matter. And when you leave that spiritual footprint of distractions, the universe automatically think that this is what you're looking for. And it's going to keep giving you those other distractions. One distraction after another. And next thing you know, you done lost total focus of your goals, dreams, and aspirations. So what happens, folks? You start going back down that number line till you hit zero. And if you don't change once you hit zero, guess what? You're going to start going down the negative side of that number line. It doesn't just stop at zero. It keeps going. So now you're in the hole. And somebody, if you look at a lot of people who have a lot going on in their lives, whether it's financials, schools, a place to live, things like that, and they think that they're going to get an instant change just because they found an idea. This is why if you look at your bank account works the same way, folks. If you spend all of your money to the fact that your bank account is all the way in the negative, just because you get, if you're a negative $50 in your bank account, just because you get a little bit of money, just because you get $40 doesn't mean you get $40 in your bank account, because you're still going to be in the hole by $10. So whatever changes that you're going to make, those changes are being made while you're down the negative side of that number line, and you have to keep moving your way back up. See, the universe is a giant algorithm. Whatever, it doesn't just focus, it just doesn't answer to your thoughts. Your thought starts the process. Action starts it as well, but habits is what's being recorded. Your actions and your habits. See, change doesn't change because you change your thoughts. Change takes place when you change your habits. So it's repetition. Keep getting better. This is why Michael Jordan used to practice over 100 or 200 jump shots in practice by himself. After basketball practice, before basketball practice, and after basketball practice, he kept doing. Wow, repetition. Because as he keep doing his repetitions, he keep practicing, he is moving further and further up the right-hand side of that number line, which is the positive side. So don't think just because you make a change, all of a sudden your problems go away instantly. It doesn't go away instantly. You have to come out of the problem, because that's what your change is doing. Habits is making improvement in your life. Once you get past that zero, that balance point, and you start heading back towards the positive side, guess what happens? You start to seeing the results and the benefits of your change. You see, where you are today, folks, where you are in your finances or any parts of your life right now is the result of your habits from the last 5 years. From the last 5 years, habits. If you don't like what's in your bank account, what you've been doing over the course of the last 5 years is what put it there. If you're not happy with it, you have to first change your thoughts, then change your actions. And when you change your actions, you must do it repeatedly so that it becomes a habit. It becomes second nature. How does that happen? You have to go through the 4 phases of learning for that to happen. And I talked about that last night. The 4 phases of learning. First phase, unconsciously incompetent. You don't know what you don't know until you hit a roadblock. That brings you to the second phase, consciously incompetent. Now you know what you don't know. You have to work on it. Once you work on it, you come to the third phase, consciously competent. Now you can do it. You've gotten better. You're moving up the positive side of that number line, but you still got to improve until you get to that fourth phase, which is unconsciously competent. What that means, you do it so well, you can do it in your sleep. And once you can get to that fourth phase and you move to the next level, guess what? You got to go through the 4 phases of learning all over again. Why is that? Because for every new level, there's a new devil. You guys understand what I'm saying here? This is why there are things in life, just not just moving towards your goal and doing things that help you there, but it also takes place with how you deal with other people. Be on your best behavior. Treat people better than you expect to be treated. And be nice. For everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. And the fact that you can be nice to them, be encouraging to them, can help you along your way as well. Because that's what we're here for. We're not here for ourselves. We are here to help liberate others. That is our job, ultimately. Whether it's through entertainment, whether it's through speaking, whether it's through preaching, whether it's through movies and acting, it doesn't matter. We are here to help and liberate other people. That's our job. And that's help you move down the positive side of that number line. If you got a stinking attitude, you're lazy, you give excuses all the time, I can guarantee you, you're going to start heading back towards the negative side of that number line. I want you to keep that number line in your mind, folks, as I'm going through this. Why? Because the universe is recording your spiritual footprint. And if you saw that I gave these examples with YouTube or big text, YouTube, even Google will also show you the same stuff that you've been clicking on. It's recording your digital footprint. Now, listen to me, folks. I'm going to say something that might be a little bit of inconvenient truth to many of you. These multi-billionaires that creates these big tech stuff, whether it's the Rothschilds with the Federal Reserve Bank, Mark Zuckerberg with Facebook, Mr. Dorsey with Twitter, it doesn't matter, all of them. They're making billions of dollars basically by taking a model from how the universe works. We just call it algorithm. That's the name we've given it. But the universe is an old universe. And it's been operating like this for centuries and centuries and centuries. Before the beginning of time, this is how the universe has been operating. And these multi-billionaires had figured it out and said, we can apply that. All they're doing is applying universal laws to their life and to their business. And I can guarantee you, if you apply these universal laws to your life and your business, you will have success. Or you will not have success. Because you're applying these laws, whether you believe in those laws or not. Whatever's going on in your life is because of how you are applying the natural laws of the universe. There's no way around it. Because you're leaving a spiritual footprint. Take a look at how, exactly, you're right, Sylvia. Take a look at posts that you put up. If you put up anything about a vaccine, it's going to be a little flag on it that says vaccines has been studied and all that. It's going to automatically put that up there. Why do you think that happened? Because they putting keywords up. See, keywords also enhance the algorithm. So anything that comes up about vaccines, the algorithm. How many people that you know have been suspended on Facebook because a post that they made was hit with an algorithm Even though it did, if a person with an individual eye would have saw the post, they wouldn't have suspended them. But because they got caught in their security algorithm, they suspended the individual for 3 days or whatever days. It's algorithm. That's how it was set up. The algorithm is always perfect, whether you agree to it or not. It's the individual that's operating the digital algorithm. You understand what I'm saying, folks? Artificial intelligence. That's exactly what it is. So you leaving a digital footprint and they record it and they keep giving you more of it. So when you leave a spiritual footprint towards reaching your goals, dreams, and your aspirations in life, the universe will keep feeding you more of those things that's going to help you get there. Prime example, how many of you have met somebody who have a deep connection into what you're interested in doing? And you say, oh my God, I was looking for somebody that can do this. Another example, it took a long time for me to get my hair retwisted again. Why? Because one, I don't let everybody touch my head. I had one person who was doing my hair over in Tampa. He opened up a restaurant and he had a hard time juggling between his restaurant and his salon where he does his clients' hair. So it was a lot of times he wasn't available and I would just chill. I like somebody who can do my hair and give me my shape up, my edges, do my edges, like this here, do my edges as well. He had another young lady in his shop that know how to do edges as well. And he said, hey, Jay, she will be a good backup if I can't get to you. I said, okay, good. See, the universe recorded my spiritual footprint because I kept saying for months, I need to get my hair done. I need to find somebody that I can be consistent with to continue to get my hair done, keep my hair healthy. She was sitting in his shop and she was new because she wasn't in there previously when I was going to him. So she was somewhat new in his shop. So guess what happened? After he introduced me to her and said, Jay, she will get to you if I can't get to you. Okay, cool. Just recently, I reached out to her finally when I had the time. I said, hey, this is where I need, this is Jay, Davis introduced us and everything. She said, sure, $25 deposit and I'll see you on that day. And that's what happened. And when she told me where she was located, I said, this is not Davis's shop. So I called Davis and say, hey, man, the young lady you had me to, said you can do my hair if you can't get to me. Did she leave your shop? He said, yeah, because I closed my shop down temporarily. So I won't be opening up my shop until another 2 or 3 months. You see, if it wasn't for my spiritual footprint, and it wasn't really, if I wasn't really adamant about getting my hair retwisted, that wouldn't have happened. Because the universe would have recorded my spiritual footprint and took me into another direction. And I would be still sitting here woofing with all my new growth and edges just sticking out all over the place. See, folks, this is the same thing when Les Brown was speaking. He said, when you want to do something, don't worry about how you're going to do it. How is none of your business. Commitment is your business. If you show a full commitment to what you want to do, the hows will show up on their own. That's the universe was going to do. God's job. That's God's business. God's business will show you how it's going to happen because it's going to put things in your path to help you along the way because of your spiritual footprint. This is how the universe works. The universe is a big algorithm. What comes out of that? Karma. You understand, folks? I hope this is making sense to you guys. We're 34 minutes in, so I like to try to keep this a little short. Hope this is very helpful to you guys. So that's what it is, folks. The universe is one big ass algorithm. So listen, be careful of your digital footprint and be careful of your spiritual footprint because they both will decide which side of that number line you're going to be heading in. Do you want to go up the positive side of the number line? Keep doing what you're doing to reach that goal. If you want to start going down the negative side of that number line, keep doing what you're doing to reach whatever, if that's your goal or not. Listen, folks, I don't care how much money you have. That number line still plays a part. You can be a multi-millionaire. And if you start getting distracted from what earns you your millions of dollars, you're going to start heading back down that number line. You're not going to just start at zero automatically. You gradually come down. That's how it works. You gradually come down. Then you hit that zero mark. And then you keep on going past the zero, you're down in the negative. And just because you make an instant change doesn't mean you start back at zero. If you're down to negative 500, your change will start at a negative 500 and then start going up to negative 400, negative 300, whatever, until you hit that zero. And you keep doing what you're doing. As you keep doing it, you go past that number line and you start going up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 100, 200, 300. This is why in business, you never quit. Have you ever heard people who tell you never, ever quit? Don't quit your goals. Don't quit your dream. Just because you hit a bump in the road, don't quit. That's why. It's because you're on the negative side of that number line. You haven't started seeing the results yet. When you start to see the results of your continual efforts, that means you are now on the positive side of that number line. That's what that means, folks. So that's why you don't quit. Ever. I hope this has been helpful, folks. If this has been helpful to you, please put that in the comments. Say thank you. This has been helpful. Get those likes up. Those of you who are watching on Twitch, please like and share on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube right now, please like and share on YouTube as well. And those of you on Facebook, you know better. Like and share. Like and share this video. I want to say hello to all of my friends who are following me around the world, such as Fiji, people from Fiji, Tanzania. You're very welcome, Quintina. Thank my people from Tanzania who's watching. Who else? I think we got Tanzania. We have Kenya. Kenya's in the house. We got people from Kenya. We have some folks over in Guinea. We have people in Fiji, Belize. I want to thank you guys for stopping in. So my video is going all around the world. Those of you who are over in those other countries, share this video. Let this video get out there because people need to understand what I just said. People need to know these laws. Let them know these laws because I want people to succeed. I don't want to see no failures. The world is better when everyone gets better. The world gets better when when the mentor helps the mentee becomes better than the mentor. You guys get that? The world gets better when the mentor helps the mentee becomes better than the mentor. Think about Socrates, who mentored Aristotle. Socrates mentored Plato. Plato mentored Aristotle. Aristotle mentored Alexander the Great. Come on, folks. Think about it. Phil Jackson mentored Michael Jordan. So with that being said, folks, I want to thank you. Share the video. Share, share, share. Like, especially those of you on YouTube. Really appreciate you guys coming in. I want you to do one big. Now listen, if this video didn't help you at all, if it wasn't for you, I get it. It's not for everybody. I'm not looking for everybody. I'm looking for those who get it, those who want to make a difference. Those are the only people my messages speaks for or speaks to. Okay, so but share it anyway because you know somebody on your friends list, your family, or your uncles, your cousins, whoever, friends. This video will help. So with that being said, I want you to do me one bigger favor, and that is to sing like no one can hear you, dance like no one can see you, love like you've never been hurt, and live like it's heaven on earth. I am Jay Hunter Lee. I love you, and the world needs you. So stop that damn texting and driving. Peace and blessings, folks. Have a great day.